Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to The Athletic, Man United are set to make Paul Pogba the highest paid player at the club with a new 5-year contract worth £400,000 a week. Pogba receives £290,000 a week at the moment. Pogba's current contract expires next summer. Solskjaer did say he's confident that Man United will extend Paul Pogba's contract. It said recently that Pogba is set to not sign a new contract this summer, but he's refused to rule out a new deal. Before the start of the season, Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United, and Sky Sports came out and said that Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. Sky Sports did say before the start of the season that Pogba sees a long-term future at Man United, but may wait on the contract extension. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer revealed that he had positive talks with Pogba over his future, and Pogba said he's in no hurry to sort out his future. And the Telegraph said a few weeks ago that Pogba would start the season with Man United, then he'd make a decision about his future before the 31st of August. Pogba is expected to stay at Man United for at least this season. Now PSG are pushing to sign Paul Pogba next summer. PSG are prepared to offer Paul Pogba a £510,000 a week contract to prize him away from Man United. Sky Sports recently said that it's very likely that Pogba will leave Man United on a free next summer when his contract expires. PSG's move for Pogba this summer hit a stumbling block as they got Lionel Messi. But earlier on in the summer, he said PSG was interested. He mentioned that PSG were the favourites to sign him. PSG held talks with Paul Pogba's representatives, and it said PSG were willing to offer £45 million. But Mauricio Pochettino did get quizzed on Paul Pogba's transfer from Man United again, and he played down PSG's interest in Pogba. He actually said Pogba's preference would be moved to Barcelona or Real Madrid if he was to leave next summer. Mino Raiola, he's been working hard to get Pogba out of the football club. He did a lot of talking last season, and he made an announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba. He said Pogba's career at Man United was over. He said he was unhappy and he has to leave, and he's got no intentions of extending his contract. Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. We're very critical of Mino Raiola because Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with the club. Paul Pogba put a very good performance out against Leeds last weekend. Got 4 assists. Also should have got his name on the score sheet. Pogba produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while. And he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. This is Paul Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. We paid 89 million for Pogba, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive signing at the moment. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. But I hope he stays past next summer. Now, you know the news on Jesse Lingard. Everton are interested in him. West Ham also want him because Stuart Pearce came out and said that West Ham want to sign Jesse Lingard, and he mentioned that he's a special lad. Well, Premier League Live said that Lingard has agreed to join West Ham on loan in this summer transfer window. Fabrizio Romano said that West Ham will submit another bid for Lingard. Well, West Ham received a huge boost in their pursuit of Lingard because it said we dropped our asking price for Lingard to 20 million. Initially we was demanding 30 million. Solskjaer did recently confirm that Lingard remains part of his first team plans this season, despite the ongoing speculation. Now, last season Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. Lingard has been part of the club for a long time. You know, risen up our academy. He's made 133 appearances in the Premier League. At Man United, Lingard has won the FA Cup, the Europa League, the EFL Cup and the Charity Shield, and he scored in some of them finals. Lingard's had quite a few loan spells though. Obviously had a loan spell with Leicester, Birmingham, Brighton, Derby and West Ham. Lingard was omitted from the squad for the game against Leeds last weekend, but he did play in that behind closed doors game against Burnley in that friendly. You know the news on Andreas Pereira. Andreas Pereira is close to joining Flamengo on loan until the end of June 2022. Flamengo have the option to buy Andreas Pereira for €15 million. Flamengo will pay a loan fee of £850,000 to Man United. This will be Pereira's 4th loan spell because he's had 3 loan spells already, because last season he was out on loan with Lazio. And before he's had loan spells with Granada and Valencia. Andres Pereira has been at Man United for a long time. He's been with us since 2011. He's made like 45 appearances in the Premier League. He's got a contract with us until 2023. To Andres Pereira's credit, he did well throughout pre-season. And Brandon Williams looks like he's going out on loan. Sky Sports News did say that Norwich were in advanced talks to sign Brandon Williams on loan. It's the right decision to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities. Williams is our third choice left back. He doesn't really play for us. Williams has been a long-term target for Southampton and Newcastle. Last season, Brandon Williams provided cover for Luke Shaw and Tellez at left back and Wan-Bissaka at right back, because obviously Diego Dalot was out on loan. Williams has got a contract with Man United till 2024. He made his first team debut back in 2019. And Amad Diallo, he's 90% certain to leave Man United on loan in the coming weeks. So obviously now Man United offloading players, it's becoming very likely that we're going to get another signing on the board. Solskjaer has confirmed that he wants to make one more signing in this summer transfer window. But who's it going to be? Solskjaer's priority is to get a midfielder on the board, and there has been a lot of midfielders on our agenda. You know, we've been linked with Eduardo Camavinga from Rennes. The other week, he said we were still interested in Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid. We was in for Ruben Neves. We're still interested in Declan Rice from West Ham. We also want Leon Goretzka from Bayern Munich. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer spoke out on Man United's transfer plans. He did say any more signings would be a bonus for Man United. We are now into the final 2 weeks of the summer transfer window. So far we have made 3 signings in this summer transfer window. We brought Tom Eaton in on a 3 from Villa. We brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, and we brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we spent around £120 million so far. Solskjaer's been very pleased with our summer transfer business. And Man United have enjoyed a good summer transfer window, because Solskjaer's got the players he wanted to recommend in, plus he's received the backing he deserves. Surprisingly, our owners, the Glazers, have backed Solskjaer, only through persuasion. Woodward has said several times before that I'd back Solskjaer, and Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe, even when we was enjoying them bad periods under Ollie. And John Murtaugh, he's played a part in getting Solskjaer the signings that he wanted in. John Murtaugh is our director of football. Man United certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. Darren Fletcher, you know, he's also part of the club, and so too is Matt Judge. This has been Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Manchester United manager. But yeah, we've enjoyed a fantastic start to the season, beating Leeds last weekend 5-1. We're top of the league, I'm expecting Man United to enjoy a good season. Can Man United win the Premier League this season? I think there's a chance. I certainly think the signings of Sancho and Varane turn Man United into title contenders. What an achievement that would be for Solskjaer if he was to win the Premier League this season. Well, Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes, and he did say he knew the pressure was on, and he made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites, but he said the title race is open. Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season to basically save his job. If Solskjaer doesn't win a trophy this season, there's a good chance he will be sacked. He's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago now, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. But Solskjaer knows that this season is absolutely massive for him because he's got big expectations to exceed. This is Solskjaer's third full season as Manchester United manager. Solskjaer has managed 152 games as Man United manager. Solskjaer has been in charge of the club for almost 3 years. Quite a few weeks ago, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. So he did sign a new 3-year contract. A lot of United fans disagreed with us giving him this new contract because I can assure you won't see out this new contract. Ollie does deserve at least this season, but I still can assure he's not the long-term manager for Man United. So my perceptions haven't changed on Ollie despite the signings of Sancho and Varane. I've criticised Solskjaer a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. I've had my reasons behind it. And obviously after the Europa League final loss to Villarreal last season, there was a lot of United fans demanding Ollie out. When we have been inconsistent, some of the blame has stemmed from Ollie, but not all the blame has stemmed from Ollie. But Ollie's was accountable for certain things. Obviously, there's still certain players at Man United and that are not good enough to represent the club. But I reckon Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson. Progress has been made under Ollie because in Solskjaer's first full season he got us to 3 semi-finals. He also got us a 3rd place finish. In Solskjaer's second full season, which was last season, he got us to the EFL Cup semi-final, he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final, he got us to the Europa League final last season. That was his first major final as Man United manager. Last season we got a 2nd place finish. It's not a successful season finishing 2nd though. And we've got a very good away record in the Premier League. So there you go. And Solskjaer has made good signings as Manchester United manager. Solskjaer has signed 13 players and he spent just over £400 million in total. In the summer of 2019, he recommended Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. Back in January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odin Igalo in on loan. We'll let Igalo go in January. In the summer of 2020, which was last summer, he brought Edison Cavani in, Donny van der Beek, Alex Telles, Amad Diallo. Well, we brought him in January, Amad Diallo. And we also brought Facundo Pellistri in as well. But we loaned Pellistri out again. We loaned Pellistri out back in January. And in this summer transfer window so far, like I mentioned, he's brought Tom Eaton in, Varane and Sancho. He's also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in. He's got rid of quite a lot of players permanently. He's loaned quite a lot of players out as well. Some of them players that were loaned out have now returned. So the players we've loaned out, so we recently loaned Ethan Laird out to Swansea. We loaned Axel Tuanzebe out to Aston Villa until June 2022. It's Tuanzebe's third loan spell with Aston Villa. Just before his loan to Aston Villa was official, Tuanzebe signed a new contract with Man United till June 2023. There's an option of a further year. We made the right decision loaning him out because Tuanzebe is going to get a lot more opportunities and he's going to gain more experience. We also loaned Facundo Pellistri out, I think, to Alaves. Like I mentioned, we loaned him out back in January. We also loaned Heath Chong out to Birmingham. Back in January, we loaned Jesse Lingard out to West Ham. We loaned Teden Mengi out to Derby back in January. We loaned Delo out, was it back in January, to AC Milan. We did loan Andres Pereira out. We did loan James Garner out. At one point we loaned Dylan Levitt out. Also loaned Dishan Bernard out. So they are a lot of the players we have loaned out, if I've mentioned them all. The players we've let go permanently, obviously we let Ighalo go in January like I mentioned. The reason we brought Ighalo in at the time was as a cover up to Rashford. We let Fossa Mensah go permanently in January. We let Marcus Rojo go as well. We've let players like Young go, let Valencia go, let Smalling go. Solskjaer also let Darmian go, let Angel Gomez go, he let Herrera go, which I think was a mistake. We let Fellaini go back in January 2019 when he'd like the first player to leave under Ole. Let Angel Gomez go, let Sanchez go, we let Lukaku go. Not so long ago we released Sergio Romero and Joe Pereira. So there. And Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he assured he would do when he got appointed in. And I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. But I've got to turn around and say that Solskjaer's done a pretty good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. Because he was inheriting a lot of the deadwood and he's still inheriting some deadwood now. I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect I am shocked. Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. And he knew he had a lot to do when he came in. Like I've said to you before, I think the reason Solskjaer is still Man United manager is because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved his job, because we've endured very, very bad periods under Ollie where he's been extremely close to getting the sack. Before Solskjaer was with us, he was at Mulder. He enjoyed 2 spells at Mulder, he won a few Norwegian titles, and before Mulder he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was terrible. He enjoyed a short tenure at Cardiff. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting them relegated. And before then he managed the Man United reserve team, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. So while he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, that doesn't mean he can't succeed at Man United though. But reflecting how long Solskjaer has been with us now, he has gained some managerial experience, which is good, and he's learnt quite a bit on the job. But we haven't been the same team since Ferguson retired. Obviously, a lot of United fans, including myself, predicted it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired, which obviously it has done. Alex Ferguson enjoyed a 26-27 year tenure at Man United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So reflecting on that, Ferguson brought success to the club, but Ferg didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Like I've mentioned before, no one will last as long as Ferguson did, and no one will replicate what Ferguson did. Not in my lifetime, anyway. You know, if we'd have sacked Ferguson in that 4 years where he didn't win anything, we wouldn't have had any success now. We wouldn't have done. Because before Ferguson was inconsistent, you know, weren't good under Ron Atkinson. Certainly weren't good under Franco Farrell. Got relegated under Franco Farrell back in 1974, which is 40 odd year ago now. We certainly weren't good under Wilf McGuinness either. So yeah. The only mistake Ferguson made was ever recommending David Moyes in, but the reason Ferguson recommended him in at that time was because Ferguson seemed to have a lot of time for Moyes, and obviously there was both Scottish. But yeah, since Ferguson, 3 managers have been sacked. We sacked Moyes, we sacked Van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. We've only won 4 trophies in the last 8 years. That was the FA Cup under Van Gaal, and the Europa League, the League Cup, and the Community Shield under Jose Mourinho. So yeah, so on my next video, I'll be giving you a preview for the Southampton Man United game. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.